Piers Morgan is under fire right now because apparently his wife is a runner.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
So I've been seeing some things on the interwebs, bro, that it's not looking good, brother. Piers Morgan's wife, Celia Walden, which, by the way, why is it your last name Morgan? You're his wife, right? Why didn't you take his last name? Why is your last name Walden? That's your daddy's name. Technically, it's your granddaddy's name. A little sus from the jump. She took a 6-week break from her marriage, a 6-week sabbatical. What are you doing on this sabbatical? Why would you need a 6-week sabbatical from a marriage? And I don't know, some of these pictures that are coming out are looking real bad. I mean, you got Salt Bae feeding you. It's not looking good. That meat going in your mouth, man. It's just not a good look. It's really not a good look, bro. You know, it's not a good look. But apparently Piers Morgan is under fire. He's flamed Nick Fuentes for being a virgin, which Nick Fuentes, apparently, I think he's Catholic is what it is his religion here. Which, hey, kudos to him. You want to be a virgin and not going around bucking girls? Dude, I'm cool with that. But Piers Morgan apparently has tried to flame Nick Fuentes and called him a virgin, and maybe now the internet's in an uproar, but let's get off into this.
Basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women. I am. All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow, says the guy who's never got laid.
Dude, I'm sorry. Shaming a dude for being a virgin is trash behavior. Like, I don't see why it's such a big deal for him to not, you know what I mean? Whatever, dude. Like, he's a virgin, dude, whatever. Piers Morgan's wife, how Celia Walden admitted to being on Ashley Madison. God, brother, doesn't look good. It doesn't get any better, does it? Apparently, Piers Morgan wife, I wear the trousers. Celia Walden on Good Morning Britain star. Would you take a marriage sabbatical? Oh, there's a whole video of this? Lorraine, Celia Walden, why I took a marriage sabbatical. Okay, I gotta look this up. I did some digging, but then I saved some of these pictures because I like to discover this stuff with you guys. Celia Walden, marriage sabbatical. Bro, sabbaticals are only for people that are like, you know, professors and stuff like that. You know, not marriage sabbaticals.
But now, we've been asking this morning, would you ever take a marriage sabbatical?
Well, that is just another way to say you want to be a bike.
She's the village bicycle. Everyone's had a ride.
A marriage sabbatical. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you think a marriage sabbatical is another word for I just want to be a runner for a bit.
Celia Walden did just that with husband Piers Morgan, claiming the 6-week break worked wonders for their relationship. And Celia joins us now. Still alone there, I see. Just having 5 minutes peace to yourself, Celia.
And I have to say I did enjoy all the, of course, the predictable Twitter responses to the my piece about sabbaticals, saying, well, if I were married to Piers Morgan, it would make it a very, very long sabbatical. But he enjoyed it too. It wasn't just me. Well, you know, we both.
I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. She is out of this man's league. This is why you always got to keep your look up, man. Like he's overweight now. I don't know. She's looking good for her age.
It was very good for both of us, and we didn't have any problems before. It was nothing like that. But I think it's been a long pandemic, hasn't it?
Well, and that's exactly it, Celia. I was going to say many couples, particularly during lockdown. I mean, they reevaluated their relationship. They kind of decided what they liked and they didn't like, and maybe a little bit of a breather is a good way to kickstart things again.
I do think it is. I described it in the piece as kind of like rebooting your computer, you know, where sometimes everything just sort of is not.
You were rebooting that computer, huh? Getting some fresh hardware in there, huh? What do you mean rebooting your computer, dude?
Not that there's anything in particular that's wrong, but it grinds to a bit of a halt, and you reboot it, and suddenly, ding, it sort of comes back to life. And yeah, we had I think
ding comes back to life, huh?
It was sort of just over 5 weeks apart over the summer. And to be fair, it was sort of work necessitated because Piers was interviewing serial killers, which he found preferable to being married to me. And I was working in LA. So he was sort of all over. He was in London and in the rest of America.
She was in LA? Boy, she was in LA laying that down for somebody. I'm going to tell you that right now. Something was going down on that 5-week sabbatical. And she was probably going down, or somebody else was going down on her. It was not looking good for him.
We did message. We didn't have many phone calls, but we did message, and I just found it so exciting when we saw each other again. It felt like it felt like the early days of our marriage, or even the early days of dating, and I loved that.
But you start to realise what you've missed as opposed to focusing on the things that maybe annoy you. So I get why that works, but you must go into this marriage sabbatical, I'm guessing, with a lot of boundaries and from a very strong position in the first place.
Yes. I think that I having thought that I'd sort of invented the idea, a quick Google told me that this is apparently quite a big thing in America and also Australia, funnily enough. So you've got lots of therapists actually advocating this for people who are bored of each other or whatever.
Dude, this is why I say therapy is hogwash, dude. Like, unless you've had something really traumatic happen to you, therapy is hogwash. Therapists are recommending this stuff, garbage.
Whatever the problem may be. But they do all say, and I would agree, if you have any problem with your marriage, don't do it, because you are, it doesn't always make the heart grow fonder, does it? I think if you're kind of in a perilous place for whatever reason, and lots of people are, after what we've just been through, understandably, then I think it's not a good idea.
And how does it work, though, if you've got children? Who sort of takes the burden of that as well? That has to come into play, I suppose.
Well, my daughter stayed with me, and so yes, because I don't think I could be away from my daughter for that long. Piers was fine, but not her. And I think that worked out very nicely because I wouldn't sort of forcibly take away a child from their father, of course, but because again it was a work sort of necessity. She was with me, and she spoke to him a lot more than I did, and sort of they Skyped a lot and did all of that, which was nice.
Yes. And so are you planning another one? I mean, what does the future hold?
Well, I think probably a good moment to have it. I was just thinking about this. Is Christmas is always a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? In terms of by the time you come out of Christmas and into January, nobody wants to be anywhere near their family. So I think possibly by February I'll be ready for another one, but maybe just a fortnight this time, or even a week. And listen, you could do it for a weekend. I was thinking I should set up some kind of...
My God, bro, this is crazy that she's like admitting to this and like, yeah, maybe just a week and a fortnight, and... Oh my God. And so apparently, they do have a daughter together, but apparently Piers Morgan has 3 sons. And I saw this and was like, wow.
Got 3 sons and they don't share your views about slavery and about the Holocaust.
Oh my God. Why are they in dresses? Maybe they were doing this, but man, this is a tough one.
They can have decency and compassion. They can do that. Got 3.
They sound like girls. Nick Fuentes, bro, it cracks me up. So this is Steven Crowder actually calls out Piers Morgan for trying to flame Nick Fuentes on this.
He said he'd be happy to talk about it. What do you think is going to be fruitful in attacking a celibate Catholic for not getting laid?
Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow, says the guy who's never got laid. I didn't attack.
That is such a middle school way to shame a guy. Wow, you never kissed a girl? Wow, dude, what a fucking loser, dude. Like, I always hated that as a kid, where people would try to shame you for not having enough experience, or you haven't been with a girl yet, bro. You're a virgin, bro. Wow, what a loot! I hated that.
Driving people into his arms.
I didn't attack him.
He said he needs to get laid.
I think he does.
That's a heresy.
I think he does. I think he's an incel.
So I advocate heresy.
I think he's.
Yeah, he's. I don't know. I bet Nick Fuentes is more of a Volcel. I bet he could get laid if he wanted to.
Well, I perfectly understand. If you're a devout Catholic, which I'm not. If you're I was brought up a Catholic and I was given spiritual guidance by Catholic nuns, and a lot of my family are very devout Catholics. I'm not particularly, but I still adhere to.
We can tell when your wife's going on sabbatical. It's not a very Catholic thing to do,
Broadly adhere to Catholicism, albeit there are parts of the teachings I don't agree with. So that's my position on it. But I can understand if he'd said to me, the reason I've never had sex...
Then why bring it up, Piers? Why is it relevant whether he's been late or not? Because I said in my interview specifically, just so you know, I'll answer for everything I say. When I interviewed him, I said, I hate it when people use something that should be seen as a virtue as an attack. Yeah. Out of all the views, if you view them as reprehensible, and I, by the way, strongly disagree with a lot of Nick's views, the least relevant is whether he's celibate as a devout Catholic. That's like a good thing. And so you actually give him the moral high ground.
Actually, had he said to me,
out of it.
Yeah, but hang on, you're putting up a better defense, if I may suggest, than he did. Because had he said to me, I'm a devout Catholic, and the reason I haven't had sex is because the Catholic Church forbids that and says you should be married before you have sex. Perfectly reasonable answer. That's not what he said. He never said that at all.
So you didn't do your research, because he said that literally dozens of times.
He may have said it elsewhere. He didn't say it to me. I only asked him about that stuff because there is a view that he is what they call an incel, and that he whips up that kind of mentality.
Is he an incel, though, if he's going by his religion? You know what I mean? An incel is involuntarily celibate. If he's not wanting to do it, he's voluntarily celibate.
And that's why he's such a misogynist about women and so on. I
don't think Nick Fuentes is a misogynist either. That term is thrown around so colloquially, I hate it.
Interesting thing to ask him. He seemed to me quite happy to answer it all. He was quite emphatic in his answers. Fine. I didn't see that as an attack. I was joking about getting laid because it seems to me he's a very angry guy.
Can I jump in for a second here?
Yeah.
Because this is where I think this is important, right? His audience will. People out there, by the way, some who are voluntarily celibate because they're devout Christians, but also if you look at the dating pool out there, I don't think it's misogyny to say, I wouldn't date one of those young women if they were growing on my ass. And they're actually out there living in a world that's been created. They will identify you as someone who's helped create that, right? Someone who says, I don't care if the UK no longer looks white. I don't care if we lose our cultural identity. Hey, it's great, women's rights. And they're looking at their prospects. And when you say, you're celibate or whatever it is, you haven't gotten laid, you're an incel. Guess what? You give him the moral high ground. When you say, hey, what about your dad? And he asks you, and I will say, he asked pretty respectfully, don't do that. You go on 6 more times.
Golly. Yeah, Piers Morgan, man, I don't know. I'm not a fan of his. I don't watch like a lot of his content and go, yeah, Piers Morgan's awesome, dude. I'm a big fan of free speech, but I got more for this. I got a lot more for this. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, it's 2 names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Dude, Loki's so smart. He knows when that Morgan & Morgan ad plays that a jerky is right around the corner, dude. He was chewing his bone a little too hard today. Loki, free. Sit. Wait. Free. So apparently there's a lot of things that have gone on with this whole Piers Morgan situation. So, of course, she had this video talking about a sabbatical. Wanted a pool boy with no experience needed. She's laying there in LA talking about needing a pool boy. She posted a picture of a dude washing her car in a straight Speedo, and the comment is, when the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Yikes, bro. The at-home father has a lot of time to train and get fit, and even posted a snap of himself vacuuming the house after his shock GMB exit. Okay. Can't you guys afford like a nanny or somebody to clean the house? Piers Morgan's divorce from his first wife, Marion Shallow, was a prolonged and difficult process that culminated in a final settlement in 2008. The couple married since 1991, separated in 1994, though they briefly reunited before marriage and ultimately disintegrated around 2000. Reportedly due to an email exchange between Piers and the Sun's showbiz columnist Marina Hyde, Morgan described the divorce as a pretty horrendous experience and a deeply unpleasant chapter in his life. Despite the turmoil, he has consistently maintained that he does not regret the marriage, emphasizing that it produced 3 fantastic children. Maybe that's the 3 boys we saw earlier. She posted a picture of her with a mug over here to the left. You probably can't see it. It says, "I'm sorry I slapped you. You didn't seem to... You didn't seem to like to stop talking, and I panicked. Yikes. Piers Morgan's wife. I wear the trousers. Celia Walden on Good Morning Britain. Yes, I think so. I think women are always quietly in charge. Okay, yikes. Piers Morgan reveals his wife, Celia Walden, has forgotten their anniversary 9 years in a row. She's just like, what they do? I'm married to you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Golly, so this is crazy. So this is the stuff she's posting. She's like, yeah, when the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Horrible. One thing led to another, and whoops, in bed with Rupert. In bed with a whole other man. Okay. Why we all need a BFF, best boyfriend. Male friends, they're good company. Don't judge and don't bitch. Every woman should have one, says Celia Walden. Yikes. Wanted pool boy, no experience needed. I'm gonna keep it a buck, dude. If Cass was posting stuff like this, bro, it'd be over. Reading Lenny's brilliant memoir and thinking back to a sunny Saturday in Paris, he'd taken a 3-year vow of abstinence at the time. Shame. Shame for what? And she got her whole leg on this man. They snuggled up. They was having a little bit of Denny's. You know, like this is not behavior of a married woman at all, in my opinion. My husband, Piers Morgan, won't let me have male friends because he's convinced they want to have sex with me. Duh! Stupid. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Men and women cannot just be friends. And it's mainly because if a man wants to just be your friend, he's trying to buck you, especially if he's straight. Now, if he's gay, I could get that. That checks out. But if he's a straight guy and he wants to be your friend, he's trying to get in your pants. Another picture of a guy leaning in really hard. Oh, Oswald, behave. Bingo, my friends. How many? She got tired of, oh my gosh, she got tired of small peen and went to the big eggplant. Another interracial marriage is trending now. Poor Piers. Fab dress, bloody gorgeous to meet you. I see, for me, if Cass was posting pictures of like this is another one. Like, she's posting so many pictures with her with guys, just been given loan on loan by his wife. I may be some time. Come to mama. What? Is she for real? What is this? My husband in the sewer. You provide the caption. What? Why? The public shame. Here's some more. Grabbing another man's chest, and I get handsy at our Christmas party. Call security. What the fart is that? She's in a pool with Ozzy? What is going on? She's everywhere. She is absolutely everywhere. Reading a book with this guy. Huge penis. Bro, it's not looking good for Piers. Piers, you better do something about that, man. You better do something about that. It's the humiliation ritual that some of these women are putting men through. It's crazy work. So here's a clip of him on some show. Okay, Piers coming in with the gloves on. Man, it's just not looking good, brother. It's not looking good. Between him and Akash, I just don't see like why they put up with this. This is why I say, dude, in chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. This is why I say women that want a lot of outside validation, just let them have it, dude. Let them have it. Stop trying to be the one that's going to save this woman. Stop trying to be the one that's going to try to keep her attention. I always say this. Women that are easy to get are hard to keep. Women that are hard to get are easy to keep. Shibud and I should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. There's so many women out there that are very difficult to get. And if they're super difficult, I'd say maybe not. But if you can tell, at least for me, there's a difference between a girl being like, hey, I just don't trust a lot of people versus like, no, I don't want your attention at all. You know, like if she's ignoring you, bro, don't like Cass was a bit, she was kind of hard to pull, but she wasn't like disrespectful. Like if I hit her up, she would reply, but she wasn't like overtly hitting me up or a stage 5 clinger or anything. So, you know, Cass was hard to get, but she's easy to keep. But a woman that's easy to get is so hard to keep because if she's easy to get, then another guy could just swoop in and steal your girl, bro. It's as simple as that. This is why I say if she's willing to cheat with you, you're next to be cheated on. Shibud and I should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. The girl not going to be faithful to you. I was bucking this girl in college, and she had a boyfriend the whole time. And then she's like, all right, I'm finally breaking up with my boyfriend, so me and you can be a thing now. I was like, baby girl, that's never going to happen. Won't they do? Never going to be your man. And she was like, why not? I was like, because you cheated on your boyfriend to get with me, dude.
Stupid.
What, I look like an idiot? You cheated with me, so I'm next to be cheated on. I see too many people get with a girl and they're cheating on their husbands or cheating on their boyfriends to get with them, and they're like, yeah, bro, she really likes me though. Like, bro, you're an idiot. You're a next. You're a dummy. Never wife up a girl that's cheating on her man to get with you. You're next, bro. Like, you're not safe. The title of this clip is, was bro cooking here? Let's see.
Can I ask you a question? Because you've been quite quiet. I want to know. What is
Does she have constellations tatted on her chest? Good Lord.
Stupid.
question? Because you've been quite quiet. I want to know. What is the shush? What's the ideal?
The question is do men play it safe in dating because they're not creative, or are they doing it on purpose to attract a certain type of woman?
Mandate. Where would the man say, ideally, if women couldn't say anything about anything, I would take her here and that's the perfect date for me as a man? What would that be? Because the restaurant, you know.
I ain't got a clue.
He's trying to say that you need to bring something out of a woman.
The reality is the majority of men, yeah, and we'll go based on working class and like lower class kind of men. We don't pick you and think of the date. We pick you because we just want to be with you. We don't actually care where we go.
Nice.
The biggest problem that we have with women today, with the majority of guys, is that you're more focused on where we're going as opposed to me going with you. Yeah.
Bro, spitting straight facts.
That's what you want to go there. It's because you want
trying to get man's peace.
No one's saying don't go to Paris for your first date. No one's saying don't go to Spain for your first date. Restaurant or the park. But let me know that it's not because you want to go there. It's because you want me to be there with you.
Can I say something?
And when a man gets to the feeling of they don't feel like it's me you want to be there with you. You just want me to take you. Nobody wants to go date no more. Now, hold on. As we go into the boring part, we are boring. Majority of working class, lower class people are boring because we're not as worldly. Why? Because majority of our time is spent on work. We don't have things saved. I want to go to Maldives. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to go there. We know what we know, which is to pay our bills, make sure we're okay, and be stable. Mm-hmm. When you have a woman, you're a movement by yourself as a guy, but we're a force when we're together. Yeah.
Bro, this man is cooking.
Yeah, as a woman, you bring a different kind of value to man, a spark. So suddenly, we want to go to Thailand and suddenly we want to go sit on elephants. Yeah. But if you ask
now you want to see.
Because you're not listening.
But we've been saying that though.
On a normal day, if you ask me, let's go to Thailand and lay on a tiger, I'll take that and say, are you stupid?
Yeah.
This man's cooking, bro.
It's making me feel like, right.
So you have to enjoy the experience.
And I got the money to do it. Let's go and experience it together. But reality is that I don't give a shit about the tiger. I'm more focused about what we're doing.
Oh my God, hold on, he's actually cooking. I completely agree with that. Kudos to that guy. Kudos to that guy. Because the thing is that's 100% true. Men are more worried about going on the date with you than worried about what the date actually is. I could care less what the date is as long as we're going to do something together. She says men are desperate to go on dates.
Guys don't want to go on dates. Let me tell you, I'll be honest. A guy doesn't choose to go on a date because he likes dates.
Okay.
95% of guys don't like dates. They're buying your company. And the way they buy your company, they know that you like those things. So they'll take you out on a date because they know you'll say yes. It's the higher chance that I get to spend time with you.
Okay,
if I say, Chomi, let's go to the tree and I'll buy you knickknacks, you're gonna think twice about going there. But if I say, let's go to Tasha's and let's have a meal.
You don't have to say under the tree.
Why must I spend my money to get to know you if you're also looking for someone for companionship? Why can't you also compromise and say, okay, let's not go on a date like
It's because women aren't the true romantics. Now, there are exceptions, but chat, the exceptions do not make the rule. Men are the only true romantics. That's why men are the one that buy flowers. Men are the one that drop the knee. Name one thing that women do that is considered a romantic gesture when it comes to dating. There's nothing. There's not one thing. They don't open doors. They don't pull out chairs. They don't pick you up. They don't pay. Women do nothing. Men do everything. If you guys can put in the comments what women do that's considered a romantic gesture besides showing up on a first date, please educate me, please.
You must spend 1.5, 2K. Let's go and do something like ice cream.
If she agrees to simple dates, that's actually how you know if she's feeling you or not. Because remember, when you take her on your dates, it's you assessing, do I like this person? So I think first dates, you shouldn't go crazy. An operation, I would say, is first dates, propose something cheap, like coffee, something non-hectic. Yes. She has to earn going to a high level.
Yes. No.
If listen, if she says no to a first date a coffee, it means she's saying, buy me. Yes. And if she's saying buy me, I'm saying my brother.
Leave. Red flag. Yes.
100%. Those guys look young, but they get it. They get it. They 100% get it. You know what I mean? Like I tell guys this all the time. Do a coffee date first. Do a low buy-in. And if that goes really well, then maybe up the ante and do something else. But you never go in and be like, you want to go to Ruth's Chris first date? Because then you're just setting the bar so high, then every other date after that's got to be a fine dining 5-star restaurant before you know it, you're going to be broke, man. Dating in 2026 be like.
Oh, check out that girl right there. She's cute. She get her number. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go get it. Yeah, go.
Thank you so much.
Hi, excuse me, miss. Can I get your name?
Why do you want my name?
Well, it's because I was interested in getting your number.
Why do you want her phone number?
It's because I want to take her out to get some coffee.
I don't even like coffee.
Oh, okay, well, sorry. Have a good day, ladies.
Oh my god, he was so cute! Do you think he's interested? Oh my god, I hope he got the hit!
How'd it go? Yeah, I don't think they're interested. Oh.
Yeah, I don't really think they're interested in me. Yeah, they're not. They're not. If a woman does that, bro, just move on to the next. What is this one?
I don't
Whoa.
exactly agree that your past is in your past.
It is actually. I'm a person.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I don't want to be caught dealing with somebody who has a criminal history without my knowledge. Do you understand?
The thing is, your body count is just like a man having a criminal history. It's the same freaking thing, dude. So, like, the fact that you say, yo, body count doesn't matter, my past doesn't matter, but if I was a violent criminal, you'd want to know. What's the title of this one, chat? One sec. What is the equivalent of chivalry, but for women? Do women actually do anything to commensurate? Yeah, this is kind of like what I was just talking about.
But the bow is really just a litmus test for, are you willing to do a completely benign, harmless thing if your man asks for it?
I just don't think I'm comfortable doing it.
But demonstrate the harm.
I just don't feel like, it just doesn't feel right in my head to do it.
You can't say, I want all the chivalrous stuff, but your husband asks you to do one minor subservient act, and you're like, no, why would I do that?
Do you want a guy to, like, open the car door for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want a guy to observe the sidewalk rule, so when you're walking down the street, he's closer to where the cars are.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a guy to pay for the first date?
Yeah.
Second date?
Yeah.
All dates?
Preferably.
Okay. All right, so what?
So when daddy says make a sandwich, you better make a dadgum sandwich. Gotcha, bitch.
What are the things that women do that are equivalent or commensurate to the various chivalrous acts that women want or sometimes even demand or expect at the very forefront of dating and relationships?
I feel like it depends on the person. I mean,
they don't do anything. But the bow is really just a...
Yeah, women don't do anything. Like I said earlier, what's a romantic gesture that women do? They don't do anything. That's the biggest problem right now in the dating market is women just think they need to exist. Well, I have a pulse, don't I? That's enough. Now, there are women that don't think this. Cass is one of those women, and there's some women that watch that think like that, where they bring a lot of value to a relationship. But I'd say the vast majority of these women that are in the dating market are modern women, and they think, I just need to exist, and I deserve a 10 out of 10 man, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 inches, 6 figures. And other women should want him, but he should only want me. That's what a lot of women want. That's what a lot of women want. Is it bad for society that average or below average looking women do not find average men attractive? Yeah, it's hoflation.
I feel like the standard for men's attractiveness has fallen so incredibly far, and you guys are enabling it. I'm seeing all of these videos with these guys that are like, this is what I wore for Halloween, or like whatever, and the comments are just like all thirst, 100% thirst, that are just like, marry me, this is like the most attractive guy ever, and like, and the whole time it's just like an average looking Joe. Like, it's just like, just a normal guy.
This is coming from an all-day 4. Talking about, he's just an average-looking Joe.
People are just dying over them in the comments. Like, what is going on? Like, I just think that there's like an epidemic of chopped men. Like, we just don't see attractive men anymore. So you guys see average-ass men online and like are immediately thirsting.
This is who's talking about this stuff. Talking about average men and chopped men, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. Maybe a delusional woman epidemic. So here's her as a man. Really? You think he's a hottie? That's what I love it when they always post like the male equivalent there, you know? Like it's just you can't make this stuff up. The stories really do write themselves. Ain't that right, Lokes?
Damn.
But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.